Hello, guys, and welcome back to another edition of Baseball Talk with the Earle brothers. My name is Nicholas Earle, and today we're continuing on the trade deadline coverage. I have looks like what 11 teams to go through. And this is the third one we're doing. Or I have 11 more. I have 14 to go through, 13 to go through. I've already done the Yankees and the Padres. We're on the Texas Rangers now. And they made a few moves, all pitching, but I like the moves they did make. Let's get it started. We start off with arguably their biggest move of the deadline here. They traded with the Arizona Diamondbacks. They receive right-handed pitcher Merrill Kelly in exchange for left-handed pitcher Kohl Drake, the number 5 prospect in the Rangers system, Mitch Bratt, the number 9 in their system, and right-handed pitcher David Hagaman, number 13 in the Rangers system. Now we have Merrill Kelly. He'll slot in either as the 2 or the 3, depending on how they would like to approach it. But this really strengthens their playoff rotation if they were to make it to the postseason. Seeing a potential 1-2-3, game 1, game 2, game 3 of deGrom, Eovaldi, and Merrill Kelly makes them a lot more formidable than if they would be throwing Kumar Rocker, Patrick Corbin. Game 3, they definitely needed a third starter if they wanted to compete in a best of 5, a best of 7. Really like this addition for the Texas Rangers, which was a team that had really done nothing up until the last couple hours of the deadline, where they picked up the 3 pitchers, Maton, and they picked up Merrill Kelly, and they picked up, I'm drawing a blank on the last one right now, Danny Coleman, where they kind of waited a while to make moves, and then they went out and they made their moves. Let's take a look at the prospects heading the other way for the Arizona Diamondbacks side of this trade, where they received the number 5 prospect in the system for the Rangers, Kohl Drake, who is a left-handed pitcher currently in AAA. I like the way the Diamondbacks did approach this deadline. They got a lot of starting pitching, or pitching in general, that's in AAA or close to the major leagues. They expect Kohl Drake to be up next year. So he could be somebody that helps the Diamondbacks compete next year. He is going to report to the AAA Reno Aces as he is 1-1 so far this year in AAA, 17 1/3 innings pitched, 5.19 ERA, and he's made 4 appearances, 3 starts, so nothing crazy there. He has a 55 grade fastball, 55 grade curveball, 50 slider, 50 changeup, 55 control, 50 overall. So he was pretty solid he is a pretty solid overall prospect grading there. He is now the 7th ranked prospect in the system of the Diamondbacks. They also got the 9th ranked prospect in the Rangers system, Mitch Bratt, which is another one that's potentially going to be up sooner than we think next year, potentially. He's in AA right now. He'll be reporting to one of my favorite names in minor league baseball, the Amarillo Sod Poodles of AA. 50 grade fastball, 50 grade slider, 50 grade changeup, 60 overall, 60 control, 45 overall. He's 6-3 this year in Frisco with a 3.18 ERA and 18 appearances, 17 starts, 90 2/3 innings pitched. Somebody who I think can help the Diamondbacks potentially next year. And then they also got David Hagaman, who is the flyer of the 3. He was the 13th rated prospect in the Rangers system. He's now the 14th rated prospect in the Diamondback system. He's expected up in 2028. He's in high A with the Hillsboro Hops. And actually he'll be reporting, and so far in low A, he just got out of rookie ball. He started the year in rookie ball. Now he is in high A or low A. 55 grade fastball, 55 slider, 55 changeup, 40 control, 45 overall. Drafted in 2024, 133rd overall, 4th round. And he was out of West Virginia. He's going to need some development, but he could be an interesting piece in a couple years, maybe to trade if you're the Diamondbacks or to develop as well. So overall, they did have to give up a decent amount for Arento Merrill Kelly, but I think Merrill Kelly can make a big difference when it comes to a wild card series or a division series if they can make it out of the wild card series. So I don't mind this trade for both sides. I like the way the Diamondbacks approached it, getting closer to major league ready talent, because it wasn't a rebuild for the Diamondbacks. It was a retool, selling off the pending free agents, Merrill Kelly, Josh Naylor, and Eugenio Suarez, players like that, and retaining and holding on to players with control. And they're probably going to give a QO to Zach Gallen, things along those lines. But this is the Rangers video, not the Diamondbacks video. We move on to their second trade. Phil Maton, right-handed pitching reliever, in exchange for left-handed pitching prospect Mason Molina, who is the 27th overall prospect in the Texas Rangers system, as well as right-handed pitcher Skylar Hales, which was the 28th ranked prospect. So two borderline fringe top 30 prospects in exchange for Phil Maton. Maton will slide into a potential setup role as well as Danny Coulombe, which we'll talk about him in a second. But he could be one of the more higher leverage relievers. We saw Maton pitch in higher leverage in the playoffs with the Mets last year. We've seen him do it with the Astros in years past. So he's definitely somebody who can pitch in a little bit of higher leverage and give you some back end of the bullpen help. On the flip side, the prospects here, the 27th and 28th rated prospects in the system of the Rangers. Let's take a look at it there. Left-handed pitcher Mason Molina will now slot into 26 for the Cardinals. He's currently in high A ball, left-handed pitcher, 50 grade fastball, 40 curveball, 50 slider, 60 changeup, 45 control, 40 overall. He was a 7th-round draft pick, 215th overall in the 2024 draft by the Milwaukee Brewers. And he was somebody who was part of Texas Tech and Arkansas during college. And he is somebody who is still a few years away. 2027 is his projected time that he would be called up. And on the flip side, for the second prospect in that trade, I don't think that he ranks in the top 30. Skylar Hales is not ranking in the top 30 for the St. Louis Cardinals, so not too much for that I have on him. And then the final trade that they made was one that I really like. Danny Coulombe from the Minnesota Twins. They got that a really nice higher leverage arm for the back of the bullpen. Coleman's been awesome to an ERA in the ones this year, and they were able to get him for relatively cheap. They got him for left-handed reliever Garrett Horn, which I don't have too much on because he's not in the top 30 prospects for the he was not in the top 30 prospects for the Texas Rangers, and he will not be in the top 30 prospects for the Minnesota Twins as well. Kind of shocked. I mean, Coleman is a rental reliever at the end of the day, so didn't really expect the bring back to be crazy high for the Twins, but maybe a top 30 prospect would have been nice for a left-handed reliever that has been pitching to the 1 ERA and will be slotting into your 7th inning role. So I do like where Danny Coulombe will probably fit in that rotation. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the 8th inning guy as well. He joins one of 3 other left-handed relievers that the Rangers are pretty set on left-handed relievers: Jacob Latz, Holby Milner, and Robert Garcia, as well as Coulombe. So they have they really were able to bolster the bullpen like we saw a lot of teams do, like the Mets did, like the Phillies did, like the Yankees did. We saw a lot of teams bolster their bullpens. So it'll be fun to watch that because we've seen today's games. Bullpens are more valuable than ever because the starters just don't go as far and as deep into games. So it's very important to have a really good bullpen. I think better bullpen is better, more important than a better rotation personally. But that is the moves that the Texas Rangers made. Overall, I like what they acquired. Now, I know a lot of people are going to look at this team being like, why didn't they get a bat? Because it's a team that offensively has struggled this year. Well, I think that their way of improving their offense is that just the players in their lineup needs to play up to expectations. Josh Smith, Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, Adolis Garcia, Evan Carter, Wyatt Langford, Jock Pederson, Josh Jung, Kyle Higashioka. They just need to be able to play up to their expectations, and they just haven't yet. I think they will be able to. I think this team can make the playoffs. And I think bolstering their bullpen and adding that top 3 starter for them is going to be very helpful if they do make the postseason this year. So let me know in the comment section down below, what is your thoughts on the Texas Rangers trade deadline acquisitions and things along those lines? Do you think they did well? Do you think they did they could have done more? Do you think they did too much? Let me know down in the comment section below. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next trade video. Peace out, guys.